Hey, this is Darren from Property Prosperity. I thought I'd have a chat to you today about secret agents and why it's probably not the best idea to be a secret agent. So the first thing you're probably wondering is, what is a secret agent? I suppose back in the olden days, the agents had a lot of information. So nowadays with the internet, clients and purchasers of houses are so much more informed than they used to be. So my advice is, why to keep everything a secret when you can actually help educate people, because at the end of the day they're going to go and educate themselves anyway by going on the internet and trying to work everything out themselves, and all the information's available anyway. So why try and keep it all a secret? Why not try and educate people, make them more informed, and at the end of the day, they're just going to appreciate you more, because to be honest, most people don't really trust real estate agents. So by educating people and making them informed, it's going to give them a lot more confidence in the agent, that they're being honest and ethical with them, and they're more likely to tell them a lot more information, and obviously work with the owner, the agent, and also the owner then to try and maybe pay a little bit more than they otherwise would pay, because they're feeling a lot more confident about the process. So what I wanted to do was just show you, I've got a few minutes until my open happens, and I've got my table set up ready to go, and the whole point of the table there is to educate and inform people. So what I'm going to do is flick you around here and show you my table. Hey Kevin, I can see you joining, and Jonathan. So I put up a little board here. It looks like it's a bit overkill, but the whole point of this is to try and educate people so they understand everything they need to know about the property. So I'm going to take you through some of the things which are important if someone's buying the property. And to be honest with you, a lot of people don't even know why these things are important, but I'll just show you. The first thing up here we've got is a copy of the title. So the title is important because this actually shows the property and just points out any issues we might have. So you can see here we've got easements, no, and all these other things, no. So we can see straight away there's no issues. So they're going to find out what these issues are anyway. Hey John, thanks for joining, and thanks for the likes guys too. If you like what I had to say, click on the like, because I really appreciate it. Even if you don't like it, still click on the like. And down here we've got the actual, this is the plan of the title, so people can actually see exactly what they're getting, and they can see there's no easements or anything on there. Up here we've got a copy of the plan of the house, so they can see all the dimensions of the house and all the information they need to know about. They may ask me anyway, because the thing to understand too is they sort of know, they know I've got it on the market anyway. So, and they can come out and measure all these dimensions and all the other stuff anyway. So why try and keep it a secret? The other thing about this particular property, it's got NBN connected. So we put the NBN there, so you can see the NBNs in the streets. Other properties I might put, the gas and the water and the sewage connection, a whole pile of different things. At the end of the day, it's about educating people as much as possible. And here we come in, I've just given them some information about the market. What the market's been doing, the median house prices. Come down here, I've given people some idea about the zoning. This particular property is an older house, so you could probably knock it down and subdivide if they wanted to. And this is what I've come in here, and I've done a bit of a map that gives people a bit of an idea of what other properties are being subdivided in the area. So these are nearby subdivisions. So you can see there's heaps of properties being subdivided. And the reason that's useful, if people are thinking about subdividing, they don't want to be the first person to subdivide. So the fact I can come in here and tell them what the zoning is in the area, so it indicates, it's likely that it might be able to be subdivided. I can show there's a lot of other people subdividing in the area. It gives them a lot more confidence as well. I can give an idea of where the market's at, and so, because the other thing, a lot of agents think they don't want to give people information about what things are worth and all that sort of stuff, because they're going to, maybe offer less than they otherwise would. But in reality, it's very, very easy now to get on the internet and find out what the median house price is. So why try and keep it a secret? They're going to know anyway, so why not be upfront from the start? And here I've just shown you some things I've got here. I've written a book on subdividing, so multiply and subdivide your profits. So I've got that in there. Some of the people that are going to come and look may even be interested in selling their house, so I've got my book on selling their house as well. This is a book, little guide here about all the things they need to know when they're buying a house, all the forms they fill out and all the questions they should be asking. And they've got another guide here on renovating a house. This particular house could be useful for renovation as well, so I've got that information guide there. And lastly, I've got my DVD, The 7 Deadly Sins of Selling Your Home. So remember, some of these people come to opens, they may just live down the streets, considering maybe selling their house off. So really trying to educate them on what they need to do if they want to sell their house, and the best way to present and market their property, and obviously what the role of the agent is to do as well. So again, there's no secrets here. It's trying to inform people as much as possible, because these people can access all this information anyway. So why don't I just act as a conduit to try and make it a lot easier for them when obviously they're buying a house, they're renovating, they're subdividing. Just make it as easy as possible for people, and they're more likely to buy it. And the next thing we got down here, I saw a few likes there, so thanks guys for the likes. I've also given them a little suburb profile. this sort of just shows them what the market's been doing. Pulled out the median house prices. You can't really see it too well there, guys. But also it gives them other, what the houses are selling, how long they're taking to sell, what them, a whole pile of information about the market. So I give that to them as well, and the median rental house price as well. Sometimes what I'll do is also put a rental comparison. This example was I ran out of space here, so what I've done is I've just emailed them out a copy of the rentals in the area, so they get a good idea of that. I give them a copy here of the letter of offer, so they can actually see exactly what they would be filling out if they want to put an offer in the property. And then also here I've got some more copies of my brochure, so you can see I've got a nice little brochure here. So you can see there, and I try to put as much information as I can on there as well, so they're really informed. And obviously put a nice copy of the plan at the back there as well. Presenting everything as well as we possibly can is really important too, because you find really at the end of the day, judge whether they feel comfortable with buying this property or not, and whether they think this property is better than another property, and all those subtle little things, even just the brochure being slightly better quality than they otherwise would, it just sort of makes it feel like a better house than the other house. Everything you do, it's just going to add to the atmosphere and add to the experience of coming to look at your house, and it's going to make this house stand out compared to the other house. And so, then finally, just some nice little touches. I also just give them some mints and some water. I've got little show bags for the kids. And the other thing is I do have a little show bag in here, which I hand out to people when they come and have a look. The reason I give people a show bag is because they're probably looking around at other houses today, so I might as well give them a little bag so they can carry all their stuff around in. And again, I just put the brochure in there. I put the comparable market analysis or the sales in the area, and also come in here, and what else have I got in here? I've also got a little flyer that from a local business that gives them a free minimum chips from the shop down the road, so if they want to go out and grab themselves some lunch, they can head down there and grab some lunch for free. So you can see I've just tried to make the experience as easy as possible, trying to educate people as much as possible, trying to inform them as much as possible. And the reason you want to do that is the more confidence people have, the more likely they are to offer a better price. If they're a bit scared of the whole process, and for most people when they're buying a property, they don't do it very often. Obviously I'm buying and selling properties all the time, but for most people they might only do it a couple of times in their life. So it is a very scary process. So by educating and informing and building their confidence up, that's eliminating a lot of the risk. And when you eliminate a lot of that risk, then they can probably pay a higher price because they're not taking a bit of a punt. And so usually fine, and in my experience, I generally sell houses for a lot more than other agents in the area sell them for, purely because I'm educating and informing people and making them really confident. So you can see why you don't want to be a secret agent, why you want to be out there and giving people as much information as possible, because they're more likely to put in a much higher offer and they're more likely to buy the property and go ahead with it. So hopefully that made sense. If you like what I had to say, then click on the like button. If you haven't liked what I had to say, still click on the like button because I really appreciate it. And if you know someone that's putting their property in the market and they're deciding on an agent, then click on the share button, because I'm sure if they're going out and comparing agents, they might want to be looking at the way other agents are presenting their property, because they should be informing and educating their potential purchasers as well. And if they're not, then they're probably doing their potential purchasers a disservice, and likewise their owner a disservice, because they may be selling the property for less than they otherwise would. So thanks guys, and thanks for all the likes, and I look forward to catching up with you again next time. Bye for now.